Welcome to this tutorial on type aliases in Kotlin. Type aliases are a powerful feature that allows you to create shortcuts for types, making your code more readable and maintainable. In this video, we'll master the typealias keyword and learn how to create alternative names for existing types in Kotlin. A type alias is an alternative name for an existing type. It helps make complex type declarations more readable and easier to understand. For example, instead of using string everywhere, you can create a type alias called userid that represents string. Similarly, you can create coordinates as an alias for pair of double comma double, or usermap as an alias for map with string keys and user values. This makes your code more expressive and self-documenting. The syntax for creating a type alias is simple. You use the typealias keyword, followed by your desired alias name, an equals sign, and then the existing type you want to alias. For example, typealias username equals string creates an alias called username for the string type. Once defined, you can use username anywhere you would normally use string. So you can declare a variable like val user : username equals John _ doe . Type aliases really shine when working with complex nested generic types. Consider a deeply nested type like map of string comma list of pair of int comma string. This is verbose and hard to read. With type aliases, you can simplify this. First, you create a type alias called category data that equals the complex type. Now, instead of writing out that long declaration every time, you simply use category data. This dramatically improves code readability and reduces the chance of typos in complex type signatures. Type aliases are particularly useful for function types, making function signatures more readable and reusable. For instance, you can create a type alias called validator that represents a function taking a string and returning a Boolean. Similarly, error handler can be a type alias for a function that takes an exception and returns unit. Now, when you define functions, you can use these aliases. For example, funProcess takes a parameter called validator of type validator. This makes your code much clearer about what kind of function is expected. Type aliases can also work with generic parameters, creating flexible type shortcuts. You define a generic type alias using angle brackets with type parameters. For example, typealias repository of t equals list of t creates a generic alias. You can also have multiple type parameters, like typealias transformer of t, r equals a function from t to r. When using these aliases, you specify the concrete types. For instance, val users : repository of user equals list of, or val mapper : transformer of user, user DTO. This approach provides both flexibility and clarity. There are three important things to remember about type aliases. First, type aliases don't create new types. They're just alternative names for existing types. Second, aliases and their original types are completely interchangeable and compatible. You can use them wherever the original type is expected. Third, type aliases must be declared at the top level of your file. They cannot be nested inside classes or functions. Understanding these considerations will help you use type aliases effectively. Let's discuss some best practices for using type aliases. First, use descriptive names that convey domain meaning. Choose names that make your code more understandable to other developers. Second, place related type aliases in a dedicated file for better organization. This makes them easy to find and maintain. Third, apply type aliases to complex types that appear repeatedly in your code. This is where they provide the most value by reducing repetition and improving consistency. Following these practices will help you write cleaner, more maintainable Kotlin code.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.